Hello, all my dear students. I'm your educator Amit Ajmani, and I welcome you all to the session of Sri Jayendra Rank Zone classes. In this class, we'll be continuing our last chapter, that is meetings. In the previous class, we have started this chapter and we have discussed about the meaning of meetings. We have discussed about the two types of meetings, that is the organizational meetings taking place between the shareholders and the management, as well as the operational meetings taking place between the management and the employees, discussing about the operational revenue generating activities. Then we talked about the requisites of a meeting. What are the various things that are required for a meeting? We discussed that in detail, and quite importantly, we discussed about the need for agenda, and we saw an example how agenda is made, why it is important, what role does it play, and the advantages of having the agenda. Now, in this class, we will be dwelling at length about minutes of a meeting. Now, what exactly are minutes of a meeting? Minutes, which are also known as protocols, or informally, they are also called notes. These are the instant written record of a meeting or hearing. That means when the meeting is taking place, somebody is noting down all the details of the meeting as to what and when happened in that particular meeting. Those written records are called minutes, and these minutes typically describe the events of the meeting. They include a lot of detail. They may include a list of attendees who all attended that meeting. They include a statement of the issues which were considered by the participants and the related responses or the decisions for the issues. So, all what happened, all that was discussed, they are actually combined and we call them minutes of a meeting. Why we are noting down the details? What is the reason for writing meetings minutes? This is very important to write the minutes of the meeting because they serve lot many purposes. Let us see what are the various advantages of noting down the details, or what are the various advantages of writing the minutes of the meeting. The first advantage is, after a particular meeting, because our human memory is short, so various participants may have different recollections of the meeting. Some participants will remember 4 or 5 topics. Another participant may remember 7 or 8 issues. Another participant, so this is actually vary how the participants and what the participants recollect and take from the meeting. So in order to be actually on the same level, to be to make sure that all the participants they get the same details and they know and relate and remember the actual contents and the discussions of the meeting, these minutes are written. The second advantage of or the second reason for writing meetings minutes is diverse interpretations of action plan possible. There are various types of interpretations that can be drawn, right? And if we have all in written, then it gives food for the mind to think, to plan, or based on somebody else's idea, we can reproduce something which we were not able to think while we were sitting in the meeting, right? Another reason why these things are always preferred and are better in written, because some important tasks can be forgotten, and this happens in our day-to-day life also. We tend to forget so many things on a daily basis. They are important or unimportant, that is something different. But there are certain times when we are told to do something, we were given instructions to follow, we remembered only 3 out of 4 or 5 given, and we forgot some. So that is why, in order to make sure that no important task should be forgotten, these minutes are written. Next reason is that dates of submission of subject matter or report or action taken plan overlooked, or achievement of specified tasks pushed forward. For these purposes also, minutes are written so that such kind of problems are not encountered. Everybody, after getting from the meeting, should be given all the details, that what exactly was concluded in the meeting and how exactly they need to prepare for their action plan, when exactly they are required to submit their reports or the action plans. So that is a regular, consistent reminder to all the people who attended the meeting. Another reason which is very important is, if we have written the minutes of the meeting, that is always in the form of a written record, it is always available for ready reference. We can quote anything, we can relate anything, right? So these minutes, they help us as a ready reference with which we can correlate and we can reconfirm. These minutes are used as reminders for oneself and for others, because they contain all the information, all the deadlines, everything. And these minutes can also be required for some legal reasons, because these are written records which act as an evidence. So these are the various reasons why minutes of a meeting are recorded, are noted down, and should be noted down. Now the important thing is how to write the meeting minutes. So we have got various steps while we are writing the meeting minutes. These are the steps, these are the points which we need to keep in mind while we are writing minutes of meeting. The first important step is pre-planning. Now it is essential in taking appropriate and complete notes of the meeting. You need to plan in advance. You need to somehow relate what and who is going to do this work. And when you are planned in advance, then only you can assign this work to somebody who is going to note down all the details, right? Then You can use a copy of meeting agenda as a guideline to take the notes and prepare the minutes. We have seen in the previous class the sample of an agenda in which we have related that the time, the topic, the participants, the speaker, and the time allotted to him. They all were specified in complete detail. So accordingly, we can relate the agenda and write the minutes of the meeting, like at 9 a.m. the introduction was given by this particular speaker, in which he included this. At 9:15 this happened, he presented that report at 10:15, like this. So the copy of meeting agenda becomes very handy while writing the minutes of a meeting. Then use a similar order and numbering of items as on the agenda for the meeting, because the numbering, the sequence, it should remain the same, because in that sequence only all the events occurred, right? Then note down the names of all the people attending the meeting in advance, so that when these people actually come and join the meeting, you just have to mark their attendance. That's it, right? All the documents and the handouts which are used during the meeting or which are given in the meeting to all the participants should be filed for future reference and to be shared with others. So you need to have a copy of all the documents and all the handouts that were given for reference or that were used for reference. So if you file them up, you already know what was discussed and you already have the source through which it was discussed by the various participants or the various speakers. Next is get clear instructions of the expectations of your role during the meeting, as well as the type of details expected in the minutes. So you need to pre-plan before writing the minutes. Pre-planning is essential because we must be crystal clear as to what is the purpose of writing these minutes. What are the various areas that are needed to be highlighted for future reference. So we need to have clear cut instructions. What is expected of us, right? Accordingly, we will play our role. So pre-planning is the first step while writing the minutes of a meeting. Second step is record taking at the meeting. You need to understand the type of information you need to record at the meeting. What type of information is worth noting down? You need to differentiate between the essential and the non-essential, the required and the non-required, the important and the unimportant details and information that was being given or taken during the conduction of a meeting. Even though several organizations have their own structures in place, but there are several points which are common to all. What are these points? Let us see one by one. The first thing is we need to mention date and time of the meeting. This is common to all the minutes of a meeting. Next thing common is names of all attending the meeting and also of the absentees who were supposed to be there in the meeting but they were absent. We need to make a record of those people also. Next thing to be noted down is the correction and amendments made with reference to the previous meeting minutes. If there is any change, if there is any rectification, if there is any addition with reference to the previous meeting minutes, we need to note them down. The next thing is the decisions taken about each agenda item. The conclusion, the nutshell part as to what was the decision regarding each agenda. There are various agendas discussed. There are various issues. There are various fields in which the discussion takes place in a particular meeting. What was the conclusion? What was the concluding remark for each type of agenda? That is one of the most important thing to be included in the minutes of meeting because that is the information that is to be used for future reference. That is the information which is to be provided to the other people, to the participants of the meeting. Fine. Next is the necessary steps taken or will be taken with reference to the issue. Again, the same thing, the decision, the conclusion part. What are the steps already being taken and what are the steps that will be taken in the near future? What is the action plan in future, the future plan of action, how to tackle that issue that was discussed in the meeting, the decisions that were made, how to implement them, and after implementing, when to review them in order to observe any kind of improvement or any kind of betterment, and accordingly, date and time of next meeting. If it is already decided, we need to specify it. So this is the record taking. This is what we need to record, what we need to write as the minutes of the meeting. Now there are certain suggestions for taking the notes. What are these suggestions? Let us try to relate each and every suggestion. First thing is have a format or a structure ready with you. You normally need to have all the things already with you, and this is what we discussed in pre-planning. You just note down the main points to be discussed in the agenda so that you simply jot down all the details of discussions or decisions etc. under each main or sub point. So have a format ready. You already have the agenda in your hands. You already know at what time who is going to speak about what, right? So make sure that you already noted down all the main topics of discussion and who is going to deliver his or her views about that. Now once you have them, then simply as and when the meeting progresses, you just have to note down the crux of or the summary of the speaker's views. That's it. Because everything else is already in place. Everything else you are already prepared with, and you know that this is what you are going to do in the meeting. Therefore, again, smart working, preparing ourselves in advance, you need to include space below each item on your outline such that you can use that space for your handwritten notes, which can be, of course, printed later on. So you already have the agenda, you have noted down the topic, you have noted down the speaker. Leave a space below it so that you can just, with your hand, at that point in time, you can just note down all the various conclusions or the viewpoint or the discussions or the information provided by that particular speaker about that particular topic. So this is the first way how we can very well pre-plan for taking the minutes of a meeting. Second thing is, keep a record of attendees. Ensure that the names of all the people attending the meeting are noted, and accordingly mention all the absentees at the meeting, just the way the presence of each and every person is marked in your classes. Same way attendance needs to be taken, and it is to be specifically mentioned who all were supposed to attend the meeting but they could not. Why so? Because if they are having certain genuine reason for not attending the meeting, the minutes of the meeting will be given to them, so that even though they were not physically able to attend the meeting, but they will have the crux of what exactly happened in the meeting, right? So they will also become aware of what all happened, what all was discussed, what all decisions were taken, what all are the deadlines for future, what are the future plans. So accordingly, they will also be able to participate and prepare for the discussed plan of action like those who were present there in the meeting. Next, make notes on all items for discussion on agenda side by side to ensure accuracy. You should not mix up. So this is what is required so as to avoid any kind of messing around or mixing up of the discussions. So they needed to be noted down side by side. Next suggestion is, ask for any clarification if there is ambiguity at any point, so that it should be crystal clear to you and to all those people with whom these minutes of the meeting will be shared. Clear? Very important thing is, do not try to capture it all, as it is impossible to write down the complete proceedings of the meeting. Do not try to capture it all, word by word. You are not recording the meeting and reproducing it theoretically. It's not possible to write down all the details word by word. Therefore, it is our wisdom. It depends on our intelligence, our observation, our knowledge of differentiating between the relevant and irrelevant. important and unimportant. Clear? So that is why we just write or type, whichever way we are doing it. We just note down the decisions or the assignments or the main action steps, and that too quite simply, quite clearly and concisely. Clear? This is what is required while taking down the notes. Now, keeping in view all these important things, record the minutes of the meeting, right? If you are recording it through your smartphones or iPads or recording devices, right? Then also the important role you need to play is to just go through it afterwards and note down the important things. And if the meeting was concise, and if the practical possibility is there, you can just send the recording as it is to all the participants so that they can go through it, and they must know that the proceedings are being recorded. All the participants are also aware that the proceedings are recorded, and all the non-participants should be able to relate what exactly happened. Now, this type of recording is normally done if you feel that there is any kind of clarifications required in the future. There, these recordings become very useful. Got it? So these are a few things we need to keep in mind. Clear? Now let us come to the minutes writing process. After the meeting is over, you have to write the minutes. Now, quite important points are accurate recording depends on writing the report while you can recall all that happened. It's not that you attended the meeting and you are relying on your memory, and then after the meeting you will think and you will note down all the details. Not like that, right? So it has to be done side by side. After you have written it, go through your work again, because once you review it, then you may change your decision. You may decide to add some details, whichever you find relevant or important or worth noting down. And maybe after reading your own written content, you may think to delete some matter, considering it to be either irrelevant or to be unimportant, or probably mainly because it is a actually repetition of thought, right? So you do not want any kind of repetition of thoughts. So reviewing, revising, going through the work again, proofreading, rechecking it is of ultra importance. You need to recheck the content, and you need to recheck with all the concerned to ensure that all decisions, all resolutions, and all ideas and motions are correctly noted. Also, you need to ensure that all required details are noted, especially if the meetings are lengthy. And long drawn deliberations have taken place, in those cases, this particular point of noting down all the required details becomes much more important. You need to make sure that even though the meeting was lengthy, even though the discussion took a lot of time, but the notes that you are preparing, all of your notes should be brief and clear and to the point. No unnecessary dragging or repetition should be included. Next thing is, while writing the minutes of a meeting, we need to ensure proper sequence, proper flow of events and thoughts, and of course, grammatical accuracy. We need to make sure that the proper sequence is followed, because it is absolutely wrong if we are specifying some topic which was discussed at 11 a.m. first and the topic which was discussed at 9:30 later. We need to follow the flow and sequence. Next point, to make sure while writing the minutes of the meeting, is that we should not include any conflicts or personal comments. Whenever there is a meeting taking place, obviously there are so many participants, and when there is an open house, it usually happens that everybody has his or her own perspective, his or her own experiences, their own thought processes, their own way, and that is why there are so many times that an argument starts. Right? There was a debate on a particular topic. Different people on these particular topic have different viewpoints. So at times it leads to arguments and debates, and even they can aggravate into conflicts. So all such things are always abstained from the minutes writing process. They are not entered in the minutes of the meeting. Also, if you have particular opinion about any particular event or viewpoint, you should avoid any kind of biased personal comments. As a writer, your work is to just note down all the events happening in that meeting in the particular sequence they occurred, they happened, how the meeting ended, what was the net conclusion drawn, what is the plan of action for the future. This is what the purpose of the minutes of a meeting are. You are not going to include any kind of personal comments, and you may need and use any reference material that you can attach in the appendix or mention where it can be found. So these are the minutes writing process, the points which we need to relate and remember. The next thing comes is circulating or sharing the minutes of the meeting. Why we are noting down so many details? Why we are taking so much of pain? Why are we doing so much of effort? There were various reasons we have described above, and one of the most important reasons is to provide these details to all the people who participated, and side by side to all those people also who need to know these details. So we need to circulate, we need to share these details, right? And if you have to circulate the meetings of the minutes of the meeting, be sure that the appropriate authority has reviewed it first. And before you send it to all, it must be approved by the appropriate authority. He should review it and give the approval. Only then these minutes are to be shared and circulated, because you do not want any kind of wrong information. You do not want that any information which the authorities do not want or do not want to highlight, that should be included in the minutes of the meeting. You do not want any kind of misinterpretations of any of the content, or misrepresentations and misinterpretations based on any kind of style of writing that you have done. So it is always better to get it reviewed and approved by the appropriate authority. After that, for circulating and sharing, you can either send hard copies by taking the printout, circulating it among the people, or you can share the minutes via an email. But once again, conditions applied is that the authorities need to permit it. Why? Because these emails are sent from the company's official email ID, and they may be recirculated or forwarded to others, which at times the authorities may not want. So approval and permission is required before doing so, right? After this final approval, then we need to do the filing or the storage of meeting minutes. Once we have got the final approval from the appropriate authority, the minutes need to be stored for any kind of future reference. There are various ways in which we can store the minutes. They can be stored online, they can be stored in hard drives, or printed and put it in the files. So these are the various ways in which we can store them. Now let us see an example of minutes of meeting. We have learnt what are minutes, we have learnt how to write the minutes, we have learnt what all to include, we have also learned what are the various things that we need to take care while writing the minutes. Now, applying all those details and all those what we learned to relate how minutes of meeting are actually written. In the top, we write the minutes, then we will write the date, and after that, we will write the minutes of the meeting one by one, giving space in between to differentiate between the various points. Let us see how. The first thing is meetings started at 9 a.m. Mr. Ramesh, chairperson, gave an introduction, right? And Mr. Kamlesh, the product head, spoke about the new product. Miss Shalini, regional manager, business, gave a detailed project report. in which she included the market surveys, future aspects, and challenges. Participants approved of Miss Shalini's report, appreciated the meticulous detailing. You see, the meeting started at this time. After that, no time-wise slot is mentioned. It is the sequence in which the event took place. The first sequence is the introduction part that was given by the chairperson whose name is Mr. Ramesh. After the introduction came the detailing about some new product for which this meeting has been organized and conducted, and about that new product all the details were given by Mr. Kamlesh, who is the product head of the company, right? After that, the regional manager of the company, Miss Shalini, gave a detailed project report in which she included the market surveys done by the company in order to know the requirements, in order to review about what product should have been formed, in order to relate the marketing strategy of this new product that they are launching, and accordingly the future aspects, including the challenges that they are going to face. And because it is a project report, that is why it would have been a bit lengthier, and the reaction of the participants is specified that all the participants approved of this particular report given by Miss Shalini, and all of them appreciated the way the detailing had been done so meticulously. After this project report delivered by Miss Shalini, Mr. Rahman, who is the marketing head, discussed the market scene, demand and supply, and customer interest. After that, Mr. Satyan, Director Finance, gave the details of costing, and finance team led by Mr. X, Mr. Y, and Mr. Z were part of the presentation. Now once all these activities were done, then the chairperson declared an open house for participants to put up their concerns and finally gave a vote of thanks. I'm sure that while reading these minutes of the meeting, you definitely must be recalling and relating to the format of the agenda, the example of the agenda that we have discussed in the previous class. It is all happening in the same sequence except the time, right? Everything is the same. The ending is also the same. Conclusions stated. Now, what are the conclusions? Proposal for more funds put forward. Tenders to be released. In this open house, these were the various views and the various conclusions that came up in this particular meeting. Now, for the next meeting, this meeting was on 5th of December. The next meeting or the plan of action is 1 week after, that is 12th December 2016, in which ATR will be submitted by 12th December. This ATR means action taken report, that this meeting is being conducted. These were the various conclusions drawn. Now, after discussing all the challenges in the market, after giving the details of costing, after relating to the market scene, demand and supply, customer interest, after relating to all the future aspects, what was the action taken? That action taken report is ATR. We will just study in a bit of detail. Don't worry about it. So this is our minutes of a meeting. Let us try to relate from the beginning how exactly we have written the minutes. The minutes is the heading. We have written the date when the meeting started. First of all, it has to be the introduction given by someone. Then it is regarding a new product, so someone is going to speak about the new product. Before launching a new product in the market, obviously the company must have done some groundwork, and they have made a report of that project that is being presented and in detail explained by someone, right? After that, some manager is going to discuss the current market scenario. Fine. The product which was formed, what is the cost of it, and how exactly we came to that cost would have been described by someone. And after detailing each and everything, there has to be an open house. After that open house and the discussions, the meeting is assumed to be over, and it will be over only when there will be a vote of thanks given by someone, right? So this concludes the meeting. After that, we will specify these two things. Number one, what were the conclusions stated? And number two, when exactly is the action going to be reviewed? That's it. These are the minutes of a meeting. Clear? Now let us try to discuss this ATR also in a bit of detail. ATR is action taken report. Now what is ATR? What is action taken report? Action taken report is a report compiled few days after a meeting, stating the various actions taken as per the discussions made in that particular meeting. Now this ATR must always be submitted after a gap of 5 to 7 days minimum. It may be more, it may be 10-15 days or even a month after the meetings, depending upon what is the action plan and how long it would have required for that action or for that plan to be executed. Now this ATR, action taken report, gives appropriate time for actions to be taken and the matter to be discussed or stated in the form of a report. So this is action taken report. Let us try to understand it with the help of an example. This is an action taken report. It is dated 5th December 2016, right? As per the meeting held on 5th December 2016 at the head office of SV Technologies, following actions have been reported. So as per the meeting held, we need to include the details of the meeting, date of the meeting, then the venue of the meeting, and regarding that, following actions have been reported. What are these? We have just represented them differently, separately in these bullets. The client had complied to deliver the goods by 4th December. Work done. The client has asked for more time for installation of 600 kV turbine. The order has been retained and client's proposal has been agreed to. So related to the meeting, these were the progresses made. This was the action taken against it, which needs to be specified to make sure that the meeting had a fruitful effect. There was some action being done which was discussed in that meeting because it was the issue on which the meeting was conducted, and now we need to reassure ourselves that we are heading towards the solution. Undersigned, the director sales and marketing and the director business. So this is an example of an action taken report. And this is all about our chapter meetings. Now let us try to summarize this particular chapter. This section explains the importance of planning the meetings. It also explains the importance of taking down notes, and finally reporting the actions taken, right? This chapter on meetings highlight the reasons for having meetings, writing the minutes of a meeting, compiling the action taken reports, and giving the detailed planning and organization required in the entire process. Various examples are provided based on office room scenarios in order to help you, the students, understand the presentation of agendas and reports. Right? So, this is the summary of our chapter, and this is all about meetings. We will be discussing a few examples and the practice questions based on the chapter, but that I will take in the next class, because before doing that, I want you people, as I always want, to go through all the details, relate all the formats, specifically read 2 times all the points that are to be kept in mind before writing anything, whether it is the agenda or the minutes of the meeting, anything. You need to know the formats. And once you are done with it, then when we discuss the questions for practice, it becomes easier for us to relate them, and we are also able to contribute from our side because we have already studied, we already know. That is why we are able to understand easily what exactly is being required and how exactly that has to be written or delivered. Fine. So please go through the details. We'll meet in the next class, and the next class will be discussing about the few practice questions based on this chapter, and we'll be ending it up. Okay, so winding up today's class here only. We'll meet you guys in the next class. Till then, take care of yourselves, everyone, and keep studying. And make sure that in the next class you are actually prepared for taking up the next practice questions of these all the things we have discussed in this chapter. So have a good day, everyone, and thank you so much for being with me. Goodbye, everyone.